Chad and Jamie, I charge you today with the responsibility of uniting two households as one. We find the responsibilities in Ephesians chapter 5. And in this passage, the Apostle Paul compares the marriage relationship to the relationship of God's people to Jesus. Paul compares the people of God as the bride of Christ, and that Jesus is the groom. The marriage relationship that you are entering into is to mirror the relationship that Jesus had for his bride, the church. And Chad, the God has placed upon you a very awesome responsibility in this relationship. You represent the character of God in the marriage. And just as God loved the church, you are to love Jamie. The Bible recognized from a long time ago that the selfish nature of the human species, of the male species, and that is why Paul says in Ephesians that a husband is to love his wife more than he loves his own self. You are to place the needs of your wife and your family above what you consider your own needs. You are to love Jamie so much that your primary thoughts and actions are to ensure her health and her well-being. And God gave the responsibility for you to take care of Jamie and your family, and God holds you accountable for all that happens in your marriage. God asked each of the partners to do the hardest thing for them. And for you, Chad, that was to love Jamie more than you love yourself. And when you show that kind of sacrificial love for Jamie that God showed for his church by dying for their sins, then Jamie will find it easier for her to do the hard thing for her. And Jamie, the hard thing for you is this horrible, cruel word in our modern world, and that is the word submit. For you to be submissive to the leadership of your husband. And the word submit literally means to willingly place yourself under the authority of another. And why would women do that? Why would women in modern society put themselves under the authority of a man who is not going to provide for their needs, who's not going to care for them, who doesn't provide their security? And so that's why that also responsibility is given to you. Jamie can only do that when you are able to demonstrate to her that she doesn't have to worry about where you're leading her.